I'm anxious to finish off this drop-down menu effect here with you. There's really only one more thing left that we need to do, and the good news is that it's pretty short and sweet, so thank goodness. So the last thing that we need to do is what's referred to as a menu reset. In other words, when I move my mouse over top of seminars, I want the animation to play, right? I want the menu to appear. As soon as I move my mouse off of the menu, either off of the bottom or off of the right side, the left side, the top, whatever, I want the drop-down menu to disappear, obviously. So again, as I say, the good news is it's fairly simple and easy to pull off. So here we go. What I'm going to do is I'm going to click inside the second frame of the menu reset layer. We have that lonely menu reset layer sitting there at the bottom of the timeline. Second frame, I want to insert a keyframe. So drop your cursor in there and hit F6 on your keyboard. Perfect. Now the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my rectangle tool and I'm going to create a massive rectangle. He's going to be huge and he's going to basically cover the entire menu, something like this, right? That's what I'm after. And by the way, the fill color that you have set doesn't matter at all, right? Okay, go ahead and grab that rectangle that you just created. We're going to convert this guy to a movie clip symbol. So make sure he's selected there. Hit F8 on your keyboard. And I'm going to call this guy Menu Reset. There we go. And again, he's got to be a movie clip, so make sure the type menu there is set to movie clip. Go ahead and click on OK. All right. Now, the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to flip over to the Properties panel, and underneath Color Effect, I still have my new movie clip symbol selected there. We want to set his alpha to nothing, 0. Make sure that the alpha is set to 0 or that the slider is dragged all the way to the left. Perfect. Okay, great. Now, we got to give this guy an instance name. So make sure he's still selected there, even though he's completely transparent, right? Make sure he's still selected. At the top of the Properties panel, drop your cursor into the instance name field, and we're going to call this guy, all lowercase, no spaces, Menu Reset. There, perfect. Menu Reset. Okay. Now, the final thing that we have to do is paste in just a little bit more code, a little bit more action script. And again, I've already set this up for us, so this is going to be nice and easy. We don't have to hand code out anything. What we need to do, though, is we need to make sure that our cursor is dropped inside frame 2 on the menu reset. So I don't want my cursor selecting the object on frame 2. I want my cursor right inside the actual frame on the timeline. That's where the action script is going to go. And inside your project files folder, once again, if I just flip over here, we have a file called script-menureset.txt. Go ahead and pop that guy open, select all of that action script and copy it, and then head back to Flash. Again, I hope your cursor is dropped inside the frame on the timeline. Window menu, Actions panel, perfect. Paste in your code, just like that. That's all there is to it. Okay, great. All right. Are you ready for the moment of truth? Here it is. We've been working on this for a while. Let's keep our fingers crossed here. Save it up, Command-S or Control-S. Test your movie, Control or Command-Enter on your keyboard. Let's give it a moment here to kick in. Okay. Now, I forgot to change my stage color back to white. I'll do that in just a second. If I roll my mouse over top of Seminars, there's the drop-down menu. Now, if I move my mouse down the drop-down menu, everything's fine there. It still sits there, or in other words, the drop-down menu still appears on the stage. As soon as I move my mouse off of the drop-down menu, it disappears, just like that. Not bad. Pretty cool. I hope it worked for you. I sincerely do hope it worked for you. Now, sometimes what happens, I've noticed this, is if I move my cursor over top of Seminars, of course, the menu appears. Then if I start moving my cursor down, the menu disappears on me. There. Just did it, right? So I think what I need to do there is I actually need to take the sub-menu items and nudge them up just a little bit. Let me show you what I'm talking about. I'm going to close out of this, back to the timeline. I'm going to unlock my menu button layer there. First frame, grab all these guys, and I'm just using my up arrow key on my keyboard. I think I just have to nudge them up just maybe 1 pixel, maybe 2 pixels. Just pop them up just a little bit. Relock everything down. And while I'm at it, I'm going to go and change my stage color back to white. There we go. Save up the works here. Let's try this again. Controller Command Enter. Sometimes this can be a little bit fiddly here. See, I can see a faint blue line in there, so I'm going to have to do a little bit of editing. But there we go. That's what I was after. So now I move my mouse over top, bring my cursor down just a little bit, and the menu stays on screen. So I'm going to have to do something about that. I don't know if you can see that in there, that faint blue line in there. I'm going to have to do something about that. I think what I need to do is just move my mask, that green rectangle, up just a little bit to help mask this away. Or actually, I guess it would be down just a little bit. A little bit of fiddly work here. But anyway, we got it to work. We have our Flash drop-down menu. Awesome, awesome stuff.